Ready, set. Oh, look at that nasty water. Oh, it's coming in. I don't see any leaks so far. 60. Should stop any second now. Uh, 65. Uh-oh. Sorry. Oh! Hey guys, my name's James.
And I'm Ashley.
3 years ago, we sold our house and we've been traveling across the country ever since.
Hi, I'm Goose. I'm Ashley.
Join us!
In the morning I wake, another beautiful day. I finally figured the recipe. A bit of giving and taking. Life, it is what you make it. Nothing petty can get to me. A little bit of slow, a little bit of go, a little bit of high, a little bit of low. Ooh, live for the moment. Ooh, live for the time. Ooh, live for the moment. Now you get yours and I'll get mine.
Alright guys, so if you haven't guessed it, today I am working on insulating our pump house here, since this is going to be holding our pressure tank and our filter system and all that. It does need to be insulated because we get quite a bit of snow up here in the winter time, which is rapidly approaching. So we're going to test this thing out, put it to the test right away. But I'm particularly excited to see this morning because I just finished putting on the door and everything yesterday, if you saw our last vlog, and the floor inside is already drying out, even with just our temporary attachment of our ceiling up above, and I haven't done any of the caulking of the cracks and whatnot, so I'm really excited to see that. But before the rain picks up too hard, let's go ahead and get some of this insulation cut and put into the walls so that way we're good to go for winter.
All my dreams have come alive in the nick of time. All these dreams, all I need to show you how to believe. They keep telling me to give up, but that's really not my style. Some get good and some get bad luck, but either way I try to smile. Things are looking up, looking up, looking up. For the first time in a while, yes, I'm looking up, looking up. All my dreams have come alive in the nick of time. All these dreams, all I need to show you how to believe. Got a frozen drink in my glass and a view of all the coast. I know when to make a good thing last, so I'm gonna keep you close. Things are looking up, looking up, looking up. For the first time in a while, yes, I'm looking up, looking up. All my dreams have come alive in the nick of time. All these dreams, all I need to show you how to believe. To show you how to believe. To show you how to believe.
So last time we were up here, we were focusing primarily on the plumbing of the pump house. Today, my goal is switching from plumbing to electrical. So we've already got our electrical lines running from the house down at the main panel up here into the pump house. Now I'm going to be wiring up the sub panel and then doing things like wiring the lighting, the receptacles. Hopefully we can get to the RV receptacle and everything electrical up here today because we have been blessed with no rain. Even a little bit of blue sky if you look up there closely. So that's the goal for today, is to get that electrical going. And Ashley's down below at the house working on removing and disassembling all of those fence boards. A couple months ago, there was a post on Craigslist or Facebook for some free fence boards if we would come and remove it, because basically they replaced their old fence. And that will work perfectly to go with our pallet wall. So she's removing all of those fence boards that will then plane down and paint and sand and stain and whatnot. And I think it'll look great. But that's what she's working on down there while I'm up here doing this.
Baby, she does not like being left alone. Do ya? Do you? Okay, so squat down like James does. So I don't really have anything to say. You can see what I'm doing. I'll just say it's not fun, and there are a ton of skeeters out, so it's a good reminder to give Steffi her heartworm medicine.
Good morning, guys. It is the next day up here at the pump house. Last night, me and Ash made our daily trip, it feels like, to Home Depot to get my extra parts, the adapters I needed and whatnot. And you can see I've already got my conduit here hooked up and attached, my 1.5-inch conduit, and then I've got my 2-gauge cables, my aluminum cables that are running from the house already up in here. I've attached my 2 hot lines, or my 2 positive lines to here. They are not hot. There is no, we are not hooked up on the main panel down below, so I have no worries about electrocution, which I am going to finish all this before I hook up down there, so that way I have no worries. Another change was, yesterday I wired my light switches with 14-2 cable, which is kind of standard for your outlets, for light outlets, that is. But I don't have an extra 15 amp circuit breaker lying around, but I do have an extra 20 amp circuit breaker. So instead of making another trip back to Home Depot, I'm just gonna wire my lights, which are gonna be LED lights, with 12-2. So major overkill, but it saves me not only a trip to Home Depot, but an extra 10 bucks or so on buying another circuit breaker for the sub panel here. So I'm gonna finish getting my neutral and my grounds hooked up, and then I'll start rewiring for the light switches. Got my 4 lines coming in. I got my 2 hots, one here, one there. I've got my neutral going up to my neutral bus bar. I did have to add in this ground bar because most panels don't come with a ground bar, so I had to buy this separately, as well as this little lug adapter to be able to hook up this giant 2-gauge aluminum wire. And then as you can see, because this cable is so big, they don't sell green or white or red of any sort colors. So I have my ground labeled with some green electrical tape and my neutral labeled with my white electrical tape, so that way things are organized. There is no difference between my two hots, so I don't need to label one of these red. I can just leave them both as black. But there is that. I got that all hooked up. Now all I got to do is wire my light outlets and get it going.
Dizzy from the way this world is turning, turning. Different from the way our mothers told us. Can't seem to figure out which way is up or down. Can you point me in the right direction now? We're all just trying to find our place, but each day could go a million ways. I guess we're all running the same race. We'll make it up as we go now. We'll shake it up until we figure it all out. And it might be harder than it seems, but we're catching up to all our dreams. We'll make it up as we go now, go now, go now. Make it up as we go now, go now, go now. Everybody's looking for the answer. For all the questions they're afraid to ask. Can't seem to pin it down. It's like it can't be found. That picture perfect life we're chasing down. We're all just trying to find our place, but each day could go a million ways. I guess we're all running the same race. We'll make it up as we go now. We'll shake it up until we figure it all out. And it might be harder than it seems, but we're catching up to all our dreams. And we'll make it up as we go now, go now, go now. We'll make it up as we go now, go now. It isn't about the destination, it's about the life we're making. Go now, let go of every expectation. We're making it up as we go now, go now, go now. We're making it up as we go now, go now, go now. We'll make it up as we go now. We'll shake it up until we figure it all out. And it might be harder than it seems, but we're catching up to all our dreams. And we'll make it up as we go now. We'll shake it up until we figure it all out. And it might be harder than it seems, but we're catching up to all our dreams. And we'll make it up as we go now, go now, go now. We're making it up as we go now, go now, go now. We're making it up as we go.
Hey guys, moment of truth. I know it looks like a disaster zone in here, but everything is wired and hooked up, and we're gonna flip on the pump for the very first time. Ready, set. Oh, look at that nasty water. Oh, it's coming in. I don't see any leaks so far. Pressure gauge is going up. 20 PSI. Oh! I don't know what that was. Look at all that dirt that's caught down there from that first flush. My main filter. We're up to 50 PSI. Theoretically, once it gets up to 60, it should stop flowing. 55. $60. Should stop any second now. Uh, 65. Uh-oh. 70. Boom, there it is. The switch did its job at 70 PSI. So we're at max pressure now and I don't see any leaks. By the way, it is pouring rain outside right now. So I'm huddled in here. But once I get this cleaned up, I'll give you kind of a tour of what everything is and kind of explain why it may look like a complete disaster zone in here to you with cables running everywhere and whatnot. But I'm gonna do a quick examination of everything, look up closer, and make sure that nothing's leaking. But it looks like we should be good, which I cannot tell you how exciting this is because we have been having to haul in water for the past like 3 months now or so. Very excited about this. Very excited. All right guys, we're doing a test now that I've kind of checked everything over. I'm gonna turn on this exterior hose bib to drop the pressure down below that 40 PSI and see if the pressure switch again works to turn it on and then make sure that it turns off again when it gets back up to that 60 or 70 PSI. Here we go. Turn on quite a bit of water before it drops down. Oh, I think I just heard it. It just turned on. And the pressure's going back up. Alright, we'll turn off the water because we're making a mess. Turn that off. And then how long will it take to get back up to pressure? Oh, you guys, we have water. We have stinking water. I am so excited right now. You think I wouldn't be very excited because it is pouring rain outside and we have more water than we know what to do with out here. But we have running water and we can now hook up our trailer to water, take unlimited showers instead of quick little spit baths. So many exciting thoughts going through my head right now.
Second chances, stealing glances, I did it wrong. Shouting matches, we've been through some real rough patches. I know that it's true. But there's still more left to do. 'Cause I feel a change coming, like a clean rain pouring down